What you know about medicine is limited to potential causes of death. What would the medical rescue agency need you for?
It's true, I'm not a doctor. But I'm not exactly stupid either. And I've learned quite a lot, especially since discovering my only daughter has HIV. I joined the agency to help other kids, since I couldn't help my own.
So what do? Pass out vaccines?
I'm a containment specialist. Whenever there's an outbreak, I move in and do what's necessary to contain it. Then I track it back to its origin.
So you're a disease cop?
Crude but accurate.
Or else this is just some elaborate scheme and you're actually here on another
I was in the South
mission.
Pacific, tracking a rather lethal dose of encephalitis. We quarantined the village and then torched it. About 2 potential carriers slipped through the net. One was a chimpanzee and the other was Luke Spencer.
So Luke's infected?
I don't know. I was over at the Quartermains, and yes, he seems to be sick, but he also seems to be recovering, and that isn't the pattern with other patients. So, maybe it's just a coincidence, and he's got a flu bug. In any case, till I find out, I want you to go home.
You show up here after playing dead for 15 years, and you're trying to tell me what to do?
Robin, this thing is lethal. It has a 40% mortality rate, and you with your weakened immune system, well, I don't want you sticking around here and being exposed.
Well, sorry, you don't get a vote. I'm a doctor and on staff at this hospital.
Obviously, I've interrupted.
No, you know what? Your timing is perfect for once. Dr. Drake, this is my father, Robert Scorpio.
For a second, I thought of your father.
Yeah, he was dead? Yeah, that's what I thought. Crazy thing is, my father is a spy. He claims that he's here for the medical rescue agency. I guess he's tracking a disease that Luke Spencer may have brought back from who knows
Hey,
where.
wait a second. Spencer's down in ER. He came in with a fever, and he's weak, but he's lucid. His daughter came in with a fever of 103.
Then we have trouble.
I need everything you have on this.
I need to see these patients. Go home.
Go to hell.
What have we got?
We were at Kelly's and he just collapsed. Sudden onset of fever, chills, and overall weakness.
Emily, can you please check him in? It's getting a little crazy around here.
What's going on?
We don't know yet. We're just trying to take it one patient at a time.
That's what? 5 patients in less than an hour with encephalitis symptoms?
We got an epidemic on our hands here. If we don't get a handle on it, it's going to take out the entire town. We need to interview all the patients, find out where they've been, who they've had contact with.
We're already short-handed.
Get some volunteers.
Are you a doctor?
Have a chat to the young lady here, will you? And tell her that while she's busy looking at the print quality on my credentials, that people are getting sicker, maybe dying.
Mr. Scorpio may not be the nicest man, but he does have official credentials, and he does know what he's doing.
Let's do it.
This isn't ordinary encephalitis. Okay, I've never seen anything like this.
I have. Malcolm Islands. We're going to contain it. We've got to quarantine the hospital.
Wait, you want to lock down the entire hospital?
Nobody gets in, nobody gets out. Unless they're symptomatic.
And what about the hospital staff? I mean, they've already been exposed.
It's a bit late in the day for hazmat suits. Let's just go for standard precautions, quarantine gowns and gloves, and beyond that.
We're all at risk.
Someone's got to follow through on the outside with the interviews. Go to the locations, and anyone who's been exposed.
What are you doing?
I'm getting out of here now.
I already had this conversation with my father. I'm not leaving.
The situation has changed. We're about to quarantine the hospital.
Which means every doctor is needed.
Robin, you have HIV. You're at a greater risk if you get infected.
I live with the risk every day.
Listen to me. Your immune system is compromised. Encephalitis could possibly bring on full-blown AIDS.
Tell me something I don't know.
Get in, or I will carry you in.
Robin! Sam's in trouble.
Take care of the incoming patients.
Rob.
I have to get to Sam.
The antibiotics were up, but it hasn't helped.
All right, well, we have to give it time.
I'm afraid you're going to have...
Now under quarantine.
My children are waiting for me at home.
Well, ma'am, I suggest you make a call and have somebody be with them because nobody's leaving. Dr. Gray.
There's been a viral outbreak. Any of you could be infected and not know it yet. If you leave, you run the chance of spreading to your children, to your workplace.
We're not sick. You can't keep us here.
Sir, this isn't multiple choice.
I'm leaving. Who's with me?
Where's the commissioner? He's supposed to be here handling this.
You looking for me? Nobody goes anywhere. I just wanted to see if you were real. Now that I see that you are, I can kill you.
It's working out.
Is there some top secret reason why you spent the last 15 years pretending to be dead?
Let's keep the anger in check until after the crisis.
We will deal with the anger right now, Robert.
You mean the woulda, coulda, shoulda?
Is that what you think I'm about? How about thanks for raising my daughter, Mac?
Thanks for raising my daughter, Mac.
I was in over my head, Robert. This amazing girl looking to me for answers. Half the time, I got it wrong, and the other half, I screwed it up.
I'm not going to make any excuses, but I had a few circumstances that were beyond my control.
You'll just never get it through your thick skull. When you died, you gave me a life, you and your buddy Frisco Jones. And it was my privilege to raise those girls. I've got a real family, Robert. What do you have? You know what? You don't have to apologize to me. Apologize to your daughter, Robin. Remember her?
Any of the encephalitis strains we're familiar with. It's virulent and arbitrary.
Patients show all the standard symptoms, headache, high fever. But once they get to seizures and delirium, I'm not sure there's any coming back.
The natives are getting restless, folks. Now, how long before this blood
I
test?
put a rush on the test. It'll be here soon.
Well, then what? We don't have a cure?
But we will try to alleviate the symptoms.
Oh, I've got to call Alan. Chief of Staff should be here.
Well, these antibiotics are having minimal effect, too. Acetaminophen for headaches, Fentanyl for seizures, but none of these kill the virus.
So we got to isolate the carrier, and this brings us full circle back to the chimp.
And Luke, because my brother is the only patient who's getting better instead of worse.
Luke Spencer had all the early symptoms. He was a point of contact for the second wave of patients. And now apparently he's fighting off the virus. Luke may have a natural immunity.
Excuse me, but we have another problem.
Oh, great. The monkeys escaped.
Hey, we have hopeful news. Luke was the first person with this, and he's recovered spontaneously.
Well, how come that's good, Dr. Scorpio?
It may mean that Luke has something in his body that could fight the disease.
Can we give some of it to Sam?
That's the idea. We're trying our best to isolate the antibodies.
Okay, how long is that going to take?
Well, we have the chimp's blood in the lab for testing. Unfortunately, he managed to escape from his cage. They're 90% sure that he's the carrier.
Oh, there he is.
They destroyed the evidence. Only the thing is, they didn't count on Dr. Von
Schemerman.
What, you showing up and stealing their monkey.
You know, I like a good conspiracy theory as much as the next guy. And I'm in awe of your imagination, young Spielberg. But even for me, this is a little over the top.
Fine, then you give me another reason why Robert Scorpio chose this time of all times to come back to life.
Now, until we find the source or an antidote, the best thing is to keep the patients quarantined in the hospital for the citizens of Port Charles.
Under whose authority?
The Medical Rescue Agency and the City Council of this great town.
Who'll be making the decisions here?
Let's just stay focused on the immediate problem. Now, this man is patient zero. His name is Luke Spencer, and if you've had any contact with him in the last 24 hours, you should seek medical attention. I think if we all cooperate here, we can most definitely get through this thing. Now, this particular strain is highly contagious and it spreads quickly. If you're suffering headaches, dizzy spells, or feel disorientated in any way, seek medical attention immediately and stay away from anybody outside of this hospital. If you're not sick, stay away from the hospital. If you come here to visit people, you will be turned away for your own safety. The object here is not to panic, because we just plain want to save lives.
like a woman on a mission.
I have to find my husband. He was with Luke earlier.
Listen, you won't get 2 steps out that door without being shot or arrested. No one breaks quarantine.